Hi, I'm attorney Julie Hauf. We're going to go back and talk about the PIP statute today, one of my favorite sections of the PIP statute, section 4B3. Why is it one of my favorites? Because it actually holds the plaintiffs and providers accountable for some things that they need to do. So you get a bill as a carrier, you make a payment decision on the bill, there's a reduction, there's a denial, you send it back with an explanation of review. Pursuant to section 4B3, the provider has 15 days to get back to you with a corrected or an amended bill. If they don't, if they do that, that is considered timely. So the converse of that is if they don't do that, that is untimely. So we see a lot in litigation, in our PIP litigation, that someone is saying, well, yeah, sure, you can apply the fee schedule here, but you didn't do it correctly. You made a mistake when you got that bill that I really meant to bill you for something else. Well, you should have known, so you should have paid us more. The PIP statute has a great defense for that, and it's right here in 4B3. So if they don't get you that amended or revised charge in 15 days, you've got an argument that the corrected documentation for that denial is untimely. So what's a good example of where you might see this? Well, first of all, let's look at something paid at an ARNP or PA rate. The box 31 on the CMS 1500 form, box 24J, only has the license number or the provider's name for an ARNP or for a PA. If your policy allows you to apply Medicare guidelines, then you might be applying the 15% reduction to services from those type of providers. And the provider comes back and says, oh, well, there was a doctor that looked at this too, an MD or a DO, you should pay us at the full rate. If the bill you got only has the information for this other provider, the EOR goes out, goes to the provider, and nothing comes back within those 15 days, you have a great argument for standing on that reduction or denial. So let's say someone says, oh, you paid me for the wrong code, or I billed you for the wrong code. I billed you for 97039, I meant to bill you for something else. You should have been able to see that in the documentation. Well, you should have been able to see that we made a mistake in paying you based on how you charged us because of your mistake, and you have 15 days to get that back to us. If you don't, it's not timely. Another example, if you have an untimed CPT code that's billed for a certain kind of therapy, let's say it's GO283, which is actually a HCPCS code, but that's something that can only be billed once per day. If they bill it twice per day, but they meant to bill it as something else, again, 15 days to correct it after that EOR if they haven't sent anything back to you. If they try to claim it now in litigation, it's untimely. I think the most common one of these that this will be a good defense for is when you have a chiropractic adjustment or manipulation that's also billed with an evaluation and management code. So the adjustment codes have embedded within them and incorporated within them the service of the pre-adjustment service of examining the patient and making sure they're symptomatic or they need that adjustment in that area. That's why that is unbundled. The E&M code is unbundled from that if they don't use that modifier 25. So with that modifier 25, it's shown that this is a separate and distinct service, and it's okay for these two things to be billed together on that one day. Even if the documentation shows it, if they don't bill it correctly, section 5D specifically references modifiers and said you have to send in a complete bill and get the coding correct, including all modifiers. That's probably the most common circumstance where you're going to see this. So what do you need to do? You need to evaluate your bill, make your payments, keep an eye out for any amended bills. If you don't, at least they're not mailed within 15 days, give it a little bit more time to get in, because I think they would win that argument if they say it was mailed within that amount of time. But if they come in litigation and say, you should have known we meant this, you should have known about section 4B3 of the statute, and you should have sent in a timely correction of your bill or charge. If you didn't do that, that reduction or denial should stand. We're happy to assist on this issue and any others around all of our offices throughout the state of Florida. You know where to find us. Thanks so much. Have a great day.